My mom, me, and my sister.
Growing up, my parents started off in a two-parent home, and my parents gave us a lot of opportunity growing up. But at 13, my life drastically changed. My parents got a divorce.
Let me see.
For me, my mom, and my sister, we were poor.
People give me pictures of their kids. I'm just like, what are we doing with all these pictures?
We had it rough. My mom would call home sometimes, and she would say, y'all need to go draw the water in the tub because they're going to cut that water off today, and it's not going to be back on until Friday.
So at one time I worked at Sears as a photographer. You could tell.
She made just enough money to keep a roof over our head.
Find me, Tracy. I'm on there.
I found out at 17 I was hearing disabled, and it was like a shocker to me because I was at the Air Force ROTC getting my physical. Now I had started college at 16, even after everything else I had been through, started college, and then I watched them mark this big red X on my paper. They rejected me. And it was a hurtful thing because I had put in my mind that I was going to be an astronaut. I had decided to go to the Air Force, become a pilot, and that was going to be the route, right, that I was going to take to become an astronaut.
I know, y'all, he kind of favored Michael Jordan a little bit, too.
Oh, my boyfriend was good looking, though. And I left that place and drove back home and told him all my issues. And he consoled me, and we got pregnant.
No, we ain't dug through this one before.
No, we've never dug through the pictures.
I tried to go back to college and finish it up, and it just didn't work out because life was happening. I had a kid and stuff was happening, and I was really struggling with my hearing loss as well because I felt defective. I felt like I wasn't really good enough.
There's my little poodle baby.
I was a mom, and that worked,
That's my baby.
and a wife. And then we moved overseas, and we did the overseas thing for a while, and then we came back. And then I realized like we weren't on the same plane, and we divorced. Well, we separated like all good Louisiana people, and then we was separated for like 7 years more before we got a divorce. You know, that's a Louisiana thing, I guess.
This is my little baby twin here.
But during that time, I gave birth to my daughter. And when they brought me my daughter, she had a head full of hair and her eyes were open, and she was a little chocolate bunny.
This is probably when I really knew the world was gonna have to change.
I realized then I needed to fix myself and to help fix this world for her so that she could be everything she wanted to be, not even realizing that at that moment I was about to fulfill what God had given me as well.
I was cheesing, like big cheesing too, for graduation. Like,
So I think my life is very typical because it's the life that I've been living for the last 15, almost 20 years.
that's when I became a doctor, girl. I was walking around talking about, call me Dr. Horton. That's what you do.
And so for me, I think I have a very typical life. But for others, I guess I don't.
So I was in a another leadership program with NASA.
My day job, I'm a rocket scientist. When I go back to my regular job, I'll be working as a quality engineer with the Space Launch System, which is the Artemis system. And that particular system will put the next man and the first woman on the moon. We are currently building the largest rocket in the world. It'll be the most powerful. It'll go the furthest we've ever gone. And eventually it'll be the same system that'll take us to Mars.
Yeah, I know that designers, they go through their own process.
I work in a white male-dominated area, and I realized that some of them were afraid of me, like afraid of the authority that I actually have. You can see it in them because when they realize like what I'm truly bringing to the table, my talent, my skill set, who I am, my confidence, it scares them.
Did you have a good weekend?
For them, it's a lot more disarming for me to walk in authentically Renee, smiling, happy.
I was photographing this chair for the photo shoot.
I don't really dance because I don't have that kind of rhythm, but you'll see me hitting a two-step,
And we talk.
you know, down the hallway, and they just like, oh, okay. And then, so for them, it was like, it was very disarming. It was the way for me to get them to let down their guard, to be able to want to work with me.
Hey, Trace.
When I show up who I am, authentically who I am, it also freed me to be able to allow my talent to be able to flow at 100%. And that's why it bothers me that people don't see me.
Come on. Good boy.
they don't actually see Renee. But being able to share my story and people understanding that I graduated with a PhD, which should have given me all the clout in the world, right, to have doctor in front of my name. But I was homeless and sleeping in my truck for like 45 days because I got way too much pride. With all the opportunities that are out there, that the dreams that you actually have are your dreams and they're not your parents' dreams, and you're not going to understand that at 6 or 7. But I'm asking the parents to actually let these kids dream. I get that you may not know what a periodontologist, cardiologist is, or whatever it is, and I just made that up, so don't go Google that. But whatever your kid comes and tells you, just because you don't know what it is, sit down and learn it with them, so that when they decide this is what they want to be, it could be their natural calling. And when they're in their natural space and their natural calling, your kid is going to soar.